Now they're back and they've been talking to us. That's Cheryl Cole and Simon Cowell, of course. It's their return to the X Factor. Our Dan Wooten has their first TV interview since the announcement of that partnership comeback. Talking to Dan in just a moment. First though, let's hear how the judges feel about working together again.
Simon, Cheryl, you were side by side. What happened? How did he talk you around?
Well, you know, there's only so much begging one can take. It's not nice to see a grown man cry, so I finally succumb.
I have to say, I'm a massive fan of the X Factor, as you know, but it hasn't quite been the same since you guys left in 2010. And it's a big reunion. It's a big deal, isn't it? Everyone's very excited.
When you mentioned 2010, I have great memories of that show. I can remember the talent, I can remember the famous dress.
Yes.
Yeah, with the 2 discs.
Which you loved.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. We had so much fun, Dan. And I think in a weird way, the way things have worked out, it feels like we're starting again, coming back.
Obviously, congratulations is in order because you haven't just gained Cheryl back in your life. You've obviously gained a whole other addition too.
I now have 2 babies in my life.
Yes. 2 people who need a lot of tender loving care.
Exactly.
I hear rumours, Simon, that you are actually, despite what you said before the birth, you are actually changing nappies.
No. I haven't gone
How
near
disappointing.
No, I haven't gone near one yet. But he's been amazing. I mean, it's been, you know, everything happened really quickly. Yes. We took some time off, which was fun. Got to know him. The dogs got to know him. And I was describing earlier on, you know, what my house is like now. I mean, it's chaotic, but fantastic. It's great fun. So I wouldn't change anything. So, no, I feel happy.
We have to be honest, there was friction.
Yes.
There was, you know. How did you guys patch it up? I mean, I'm very intrigued.
I heard a rumour Simon didn't want anyone to know it was his birthday.
Yes.
Which highly amused something inside of me. So I found out from, you know, people, I won't drop anybody in it, where he was, how long he was going to be there. Was he there on his birthday? And then I sent a plane across with a banner. So I just let the whole place know it was his birthday, what age he was. And I made it fly around the place the same amount of times of his age.
But deep down, were you a bit like, thank goodness she's actually communicating with me in some way?
I think the response was, I.am.going.to.kill you.
So no then,
No.
Definitely not happy.
No. But I was highly amused for a long time.
But you know what, Dan? I mean, I've done this a long time. You have fallouts along the way. I held my hands up and said I made a mistake and I was sorry, and I was sorry. And then when I decided I wanted to come back, I also decided I had to have Cheryl back on the show with me.
And I'm describing you now as frenemies. Is that fair enough? Because you do like ribbing each other a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, but that means you're comfortable. If you work with someone and you're not comfortable to argue, that's a horrible way to work. And we've always been that way. We've always argued. But it's being passionate about what you like and what you don't like. Can I just start off, Cheryl, by saying you look so much nicer tonight, less orange.
Thank you very much. You too, and your teeth look whiter tonight.
Can you give us any hint about which direction those other judging spots are heading to?
I'm reading reports that we've offered the job to people and they've turned it down. It's complete rubbish. I mean, we've spoken to people, but we did agree when Cheryl agreed to come back on the show that we would agree together, because I'm not going to put somebody next to her who she hates.
So Louis Walsh is leaving the show then, that's official.
That's amazing.
I want to keep Louis.
Cheryl, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I would prefer to have another woman.
So Louis will be watching thinking, what's going to happen to me? Really you obviously got on very well with them, and there's an interesting atmosphere between the two of them, isn't there? There's definitely energy there.
There's some sort of electricity between Cheryl Cole and Simon Cowell. They definitely have a chemistry, which is a little bit hard to put your finger on, actually, but I say that it's like a cross between enemies who sort of fancy each other just a little bit. So there's just that tiny dose of flirting mixed with a whole lot of teasing. And And I think it's a novelty for them now as well, because of course, you know, they did get on so well, and it's like any time you have a falling out with one of your best mates, you do really miss them.
Yes.
And so finally, when you can put the falling out behind you and get in the same room, actually
Yeah.
you have a great time. But I mean, very, very telling, the difference in opinion over
Yes.
Mr. Louis Walsh, wasn't it?
Indeed. And who's going to get the final say, do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Simon has promised Cheryl that she will have a say over the judges this year because, of course, he doesn't want her next to someone who she hates. However, I do think in the case of Louis Walsh, probably Simon will get his way because he has promised Louis his job back, and while contracts haven't been signed yet, he definitely wants him back.
Right.
And for me, I think I'd love to see, even though maybe, you know, Louis been there for a long time, at least if he's on with Cheryl, then there is going to be someone taking him on, and I think there'll be definite tension between the two.
And then, of course, there's a number 4 slot as well up
Yes.
for grabs. And lots of people, you were saying lots of people talking about Ollie Murs.
That's right, but
Who's a delight, but I don't know, do you not need another
Well,
woman?
Cheryl Cole definitely wants another girl next to
Right.
her. I think that was something she made really clear yesterday. She doesn't want to be the only woman. She wants to have that banter with a fellow female. I think just what she's very keen not to happen is for it to turn into one of these big showdowns every week between her and
But
another
it
girl.
will. You know that it will. It doesn't matter who it is. That always happens, even if it is just over the frocks.
Yes,
It's always the
exactly.
same.
But she was looking amazing yesterday,
Beautiful.
it has to be
Absolutely
said.
beautiful. Great hair.
Absolutely. She's gone
Very
blonde
good.
for the summer.
I know. Dan, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Lorraine.
very much. It was great. Thank you.